A little room. Some of my children. My newest favorite. It's got layers to it. Let God lead. I'm overcooking the chicken. I got into art when I was about 5 or 6 years old. My mom put me in an art camp at the High Museum. They taught us how to do like the Jackson Pollock style splatter, which you see so much of in my works, even on the wall. And they taught us how to put paint on a toothbrush, and then you rub your thumb off the brush and it just splattered. And I like won a prize or something. And my grandma always told me that story, how I was so good at it, all that yada yada. And to me, that meant something to me. I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. It always feels good to feel like you're contributing something, you know, or doing something well, or bringing somebody joy. I lost my mom when I was about 6. I always felt like I was trying to kind of put the lost pieces together of what it would have been like to be raised by her. And since she put me in that camp, I think there was sort of like an intrinsic, I don't know, I think like a part of my mom was like in this style of painting in a way. That's my mama holding me. I must be what, somewhere between 8 and 6 to 12 months or something maybe. Like there's a famous saying, you know, grief is just love with nowhere to go. I like to think, you know, our feelings can be markers and tell us things, but it's harder to agree with that sentiment when I'm feeling really bad. I think, you know, I guess the lesson is there's a lesson in everything, kind of. A lot of interesting questions come up in this room. That's what I love about it. A lot of artists have a hard time with telling their story. Just the idea of putting themselves out there is hard for so many artists, myself included. Funny enough, I wrote this on my wall recently as a reminder to kind of remember to not doubt myself in that space, especially as I'm kind of new to this world too. Which I think it's good to like push ourselves and try and get better, but to not let that seep into doubt or to let that challenge the validity of your work. My favorite part about my art practice is I let it be, I try and keep my intention on letting go. Abstract art is perfect for that because so much of the process is uncontrolled. Simply, right, I loved this painting, I wanted it to be a certain way, and then it wasn't anymore. So I was forced to, okay, what do I do now? And I kind of created this duality to it with the light and the dark. Nothing is permanent. Attachment does bring suffering in a lot of ways. That's this one. Resignation and boldness. Resignation is a synonym for humility. Not a word I would consider as a synonym, but I like it. Like you're kind of resigning or taking a step back from however you're feeling. Humility is typically associated with like not being too cocky, but the inverse is also true. It's like someone told me once, it's also not being so down on yourself. Like that's really unhumble to say I'm terrible or really bad at something. It gives you the right to say you're, you know, being the worst or the best. Those are opposite, same thing, different spectrum. Here's some of mine too. It's my little wall. I like the title of that one. Still put yourself out there. Naming any art is such a cool, fun part of the process. The title instills hope. I feel like as a society, we're all struggling with loneliness. It's kind of embarrassing to just say it, but I like making embarrassing art. So I find folks resonate with it. This is my favorite. It's so simple. It's called Ode to Mr. Rogers. But he's one of my personal heroes. Not only was he an incredible educator, but he was an incredible artist, and I think he merged the two together so beautifully in the way he views children. He's so ahead of his time, frankly. He's just such a gentle, caring guy. But just through his art, so clear through his interviews and stuff. So he has a very, I don't know about famous song, but one of his songs is called "It's You I Like," which is a really sweet tune that goes, "It's you I like, not the clothes you wear, not the color of your hair, but it's you I like." What a classic sentiment that he was just able to nail. I've never believed you should kind of the Martin Luther King quote, darkness can't drive out more darkness. You gotta be the light to the dark. A lot of the simple ones I find have the biggest stories. There's methods to the madness, and then there are no methods at all. And this is the point where I don't know what to do next, and I'll typically take it off, put it down, let it marinate, and do something different.